Today, I'm still broadcasting from Meadowlark in Rhode Island. And, well, I got some sad news. I'm actually going to pay my New York City failure to yield to pedestrian ticket today. So we got that on our agenda, and maybe some surprises for everyone. So I don't know if it's going to be that much of a surprise, but come along for the ride and enjoy our day with us. We will see you on the road. Well, we made it to the cemetery in Providence called Swan's Point Cemetery, and I'm going to attempt to find H.P Lovecraft. All of you know who he is. Cthulhu, let me give you that as a hint. But he's definitely was from this area, and we're just going to find his grave and maybe a few other markers in Providence here that you might like to explore if you're a fan of H.P Lovecraft. If not, why don't you Google him and read a little bit more about him. We'll see you soon as we try to find the headstone. Okay, I just followed some masses, and there was a couple of people over there at his gravesite, so I'm going to get my real camera and I'll film over there by H.P Lovecraft's gravesite. Okay, here is his site, and his headstone is right down there where you see all the garbage that people pile up and tourists pile up. There was a handful of people over here, but nothing bad, really. You can see his grandfather's tomb right there, or his grave marker for Whipple Phillips. And there's someone else buried in this cemetery as well. I'm just not sure who. But I was just happy to get H.P Lovecraft. So I'm going to try to get down Angle Street. Not sure how successful I'm going to be there with the dog. But we'll see what else I can come across here in Providence while we're here. It's a beautiful cemetery, by the way, and I'm going to get you a few little video clips from this cemetery before we take off. is Benefit Street, and that's the street where the Shunned House was on by H.P Lovecraft. This is about the extent that I'm going to get, because this street has a lot of narrow side streets, a university, and constructions everywhere. So I think I'm going to end this H.P Lovecraft segment here. We may run into a couple things down the road here when we get back to our base camp. One good thing about Rhode Island is there's so many things to do. One bad thing is you should really split it all up. We went to Providence, and I did give you a few glimpses of Angel Street, the First America Baptist Church, which a friend of mine requested, and Benefit Street. I didn't get any of the H.P. Lovecraft sites or H.P. Lovecraft Square. I think the Ladd Observatory might have showed up in one of my driving scenes, but that doesn't matter, because I feel like if I wanted to see Providence in the college, campus and all that, I would probably find a place closer to Providence and spend the majority of our time right there in Providence. Since we didn't, it's no big deal. I did get to see his great burial site or grave site, and that was sufficient for me. I got to see the narrow streets of Providence and how old the city is. It's a very old city. So on that note, I am going to let you go. And there is one more thing I want to end this video with after I'm done saying goodbye to all of you. And the nice thing about traveling off season is you have less tourists. Granted, this weekend here in Newport / Middletown, Rhode Island, there were a lot of tourists for the boat show, but as far as this beach on the Atlantic, you'll see right after I'm done talking, I promise you. Thanks for stopping by. Comment, like, share, and make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. If you're just stopping by because of a search, just press the subscribe button. You could even hit the alert button to get alerts whenever I upload a new video or make one live. So thanks for coming back. Make sure you check this scene out before going on to your next video in your queue.
Cthulhu still lives, too, I suppose, again in that chasm of stone which has shielded him since the sun was young. His accursed city is sunken once more, for the Vigilant sailed over the spot after the April storm. But his ministers on earth still bellow and prance and slay around idol-capped monoliths in lonely places. He must have been trapped by the sinking whilst within his black abyss, or else the world would by now be screaming with fright and frenzy. Who knows the end? What has risen may sink, and what has sunk may rise. Loathsomeness waits in dreams in the deep, and decay spreads over the tottering cities of men.
Thanks again for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road tomorrow. That ends our trip out east, but we will be getting some footage on the way back home. So continue next week. Thanks again.